Good evening, everyone. Let's start with the session. So, earlier we have completed with the types of mergers and acquisitions. Yes, what are the various types yes, that are available when we are thinking of any merger or any acquisitions. So, today we will see some of the history and we will also see the latest trends of mergers and acquisitions. Okay, so let's start first with the history. So, why it is necessary to check the history? Because let me tell you, initially there was no such concept known as mergers and acquisitions. Okay? So, basically, to cut the competition, yes, earlier, so very early, I'm talking about, which is around 1897 to 1904. The main concept why the two companies were merging with each other was to just have an dominance on the market, cut down the competition was the only sole purpose. But what used to happen in this whole process while we are talking about that the other company wants to hold the dominance upon the other company or upon the market, what used to happen is the company whom has been taken over or has been merging with could not use to get a fair value for their company. So just a thought process of, okay, let's buy this company so that what will happen, my competition has been cut down and my dominance over the marketplace has been spread. But in this scenario, whatever the value was, without any proper valuation of or the market valuation of the companies were being acquired, and this was not going well with the other organizations because this was happening as they were being paid a very less sum of amount rather to what they were actually required to. That's why what used to happen, then eventually the other organizations also came together and they formed a proper concept of what a merger and an acquisition. So this concept was being laterly developed after 19s. Okay, around 1910 or so, this was being very much developed. So why this concept was basically introduced or developed, I might say, is so that at least whom you are acquiring or mergering with, they should get a fair deal of valuation whenever they are being purchased. Because when you are purchasing or when you are basically taking the hold of the marketplace, you are taking away the complete business of that particular company, and if you are not paying a proper fair sum of amount to that particular company, is not good at the part of the business whom you are acquiring, right? So this was been introduced, but in India the concept came at very later period. So let me tell you, the period was very late. The late period was 1931. 1931 में the very first merger happened. The very first merger happened. Again, while in India, when we say merger and acquisition, it boosts basically the economic growth or economic concerns that we are having with. So the very first merger that happened in India was in the year of 1931. That happened between, that is Tata Oil Mills and Lever Brothers. Tata Oil Mills and Lever Brothers. So this Lever Brothers at that particular given point of time in 1931 basically were the largest selling of FMCG products. What are these FMCG products? Consumer based products. What is FMCG? Yes. So sorry. Yes. Can you hear me? Consumable goods. Correct. Consumable goods. Right. So at that given point of time, they both merged together. Fast moving consumer. Correct. Fast moving consumers. Product. Very right. Very correct. So they all basically, so the Tata Oil Mills and Lever Brother got together, came together, merged in India's leading FMCG company. Can anyone tell me what is that? Just a guess. Tea. No, not tea. Not tea. HUL. Yes, it's Hindustan Unilever Limited. The largest FMCG right now is being served is between, or it was a result of a merger between Tata Oil Mills and Lever Brothers. Yes, that is HUL. So that HUL came when in 1931. Actually, the process was being started, and the complete process took a little more period actually, and later on actually HUL came into the existence. So yes, do we know exactly from where the M&A started and for what purpose the concept was being introduced, right? Let's go with the recent trends, or why now the major, and as again I am telling, someone said that this is an emerging topic, right? So why it is an emerging topic right now? Why suddenly there are major M&As are happening? Let's see that now. So, again, as I said, 1931 was the very first period wherein the M&A was being introduced in India, or the first merger that was being happened. But India has been always one of the leading nations, that I might say, for mergers and acquisitions, because they offer a lot of several marketplace or several consumer base to other companies as well. So if you can see, the foreign investments are also a lot of there in our India. Okay, so again, this M&A 1931 में हो गया, तो ऐसा है कि 1931 में हो गया, कंसेप्ट आ गया, and अचानक से the merger and acquisition got up. Oh wow, this is a new concept, चलो lot of companies got merged and all. No, it didn't happen, क्योंकि there were a lot of crises happening in India as well at that given period of time. So in 1991, so the mergers and acquisition actually got uplifted after 1999. Why after 1999? Because initial period of 1991, there was one concept that was being introduced in India. That concept is basically known as economic liberalization. Yes, why this economic liberalization you think must have basically introduced? So this was introduced in the year of 1991. So why do you think it must have been introduced? Yes, can anyone? What do you think is an economic liberalization is when we use this term? This process is basically known as, Acha, okay, give me a moment. Okay, someone has 8 minutes. Compliance and market, free market, okay, to allow private players to do more business, so that the control of government is little less and privatization is little more, private sector is being increased more, so that the regulations and economic growth is being more on the process. Can we say that that is an economic liberalization? Yes, can we say that? Yes. Yes, it is a basic process wherein the government control has been reduced, and more of privatizations or more private sectors are being introduced in the market. That's why now you can relate to why after 1999 there was a spike in mergers and acquisitions. So yes, that is why it is been said as it was done after the liberalization. Okay. Again in 2007, 2008, they little again saw the downfall for this market, because again if you remember, that was again a big crisis period that we were seeing, the economic crisis, the share market was literally going down in that particular period. So that's why again there was a big decline in 2007, 2008. But now actually I might say after 2018, 2019, the companies, the all the companies, I'm not just talking about private sector also, or public limited companies also. But the overall industrial sector is actually seeing a golden period after 2019, because several various reforms were being introduced after 2019, because people wanted to, like, okay, we want to do a business, we want to open a particular company, but still they were not able to do so. Still they were not able to do so. There were many such reasons that after 2019 were little eradicated, or we might say not eradicated, but were little loosened up, so that they were not rigid and they become little flexible. And why this is? Because to boost the people to get into the business, manufacturers were more allowed to do the business. And if we say private sector open कर दिया, startup introduced कर दिया, ये सब इंट्रोड्यूस करने से कुछ फायदा है, या there is no such use by flexibling the some of the, what we might say, the schemes, if, or the trends that they might have introduced, or reforms that they might have introduced? Is there any thing that why they must have done this, why they must have flexible the reforms? And is there any use of startups or new companies to economic growth, or it's still the stagnant, the same way it is? What do you think? Yes, what do you think? Is it helping in any which ways, or it's not helping? Is it helping? Yes. Various reforms that have been introduced, what do you think? Does it is helping the nation or the economic nation's growth in any which ways, or it is still the same? वो अभी भी सेम है, मतलब कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा स्टार्टअप ओपन होने से या कुछ भी होने से? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? Yes, due to several reforms, there are a lot of companies that have come up, and these small sectors are basically allowing to grow the business. And very important part when I'm talking about small sectors, they are also including the various GIs. GIs, do we know that is an IPR? That is the various geographical indications. They are also promoting the small promoters, so they have flexibled the reforms for this small sector companies, startups. One person company, do we know about one person company? Yes, one person company is also given a status of basically a private limited company. Even one person company was introduced in 2018 amendment under Companies Act. So there were various such reforms. So what were those reforms? Let's see those reforms which actually boosted the economic growth, as well as the, we might say, these several startups were been introduced after 2019. So what were those reforms that were being introduced? The very first reform was introduced by the SEBI. Do we know who is SEBI? Yes. Do we know who is SEBI? Security Exchange Board of. Yes, do we know? No. Yes, yes. So SEBI introduced one new term. Do we know there are two types of shares, equity shares and preference shares? Do we are all aware about this? Yes, are we aware about this? There are two types of shares, equity shares and preference shares. Yes, are we aware about this? Yes. So preference does not give you an ownership. It's just it's just the preferential part before the equity shares. And equity gives you the ownership. Equity, Shark Tank देखते हो सब लोग? Do all are aware about Shark Tank? Do you see? Please see how they are sharing the equities or the shares. So, SEBI introduced one new terminology. Okay, they introduced one new terminology in case of issuing of shares. In case of issuing of shares, that was issue of shares with differential voting rights. Issue of shares with differential voting rights. Now, let me tell you, these are applicable only to the equity shareholders. Uh, One question, am I lagging or am I audible properly? Hope I'm not lagging. I'm audible properly. Yes? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Yes. So, there was this new concept that was known as differential voting rights. So, equity share has two parts now. Equity share has two parts now. One is that you have the complete ownership where the dividend is not fixed. Where the dividend is not fixed. But, and the second option is differential voting rights. Means what? 10 members milake one vote will be counted. 10 members milake one vote will be counted, and this 10 members will surely get a fixed dividend. Will surely get a fixed dividend. And let me tell you, our own Tata sir, Ratan Tata sir, late Ratan Tata sir rather, he was the first. So Tata and Sons was the first company. Let me tell you, Tata and Sons was the first company who introduced, who implied it and applied the particular rights for their shareholders. So, who applied this first differential voting rights for equity shares was Tata and Sons. If you can go and you can check right now also. So, Tata and Sons were the very first company who actually introduced this concept. So, of course, SEBI had already declared this type of rights. But who applied this type of rights very first was the Tata and Sons. So they gave an option to their equity shareholders of these two options, whether to have an ownership with no fixed dividend and have a fixed dividend, but the 10 shareholders, 10 equity shareholders will give only one vote. So their vote will be counted only as one and not as 10. So either you give up your voting rights or you give up your dividend. Was the just a minute, just a minute. I'll come to this. Give me 2 minutes. So what they said is either you give up your dividend or you give up your voting right. Was the scenario? Yes. So both of them were some or the other ways benefited. Some felt that okay, dividend is important, voting rights so chal jayega. But then some felt no, voting rights are more important because we are having the ownership of that particular company. Yes. So this was the very first terminology or the reform that SEBI introduced. Yes, sir, Bhagyu. Or you wanted to say something? Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, just a clarification: is this these particular two rights? Two different kind of equity shares. There are two parts now. The first part would be कि जहाँ पे equity share जो है वो क्या बोलते हैं, एक particular इंसान के नाम पे है, ownership उसका है, बस उसे dividend नहीं दिया जाएगा.
हाँ, with
And
voting
second
rights.
में वो particular जो share है, yes, ma'am, with
Yes.
voting rights. और क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ इसमें sorry, the second one which SEBI introduced is that कि वही share जो है वो 10 लोगों में बट जाएगा and they all 10 will have a ये क्या
No.
voting rights and
हाँ.
plus dividend.
हाँ. So it will not get divided. वो बटेगा नहीं. 10 के 10 लोग हैं, सिर्फ 10 लोगों का वोट एक काउंट होगा. That's it. That's it. 10 लोगों का वोट एक ही काउंट होगा, बट वो 10 लोगों को डिविडेंड फिक्स्ड मिलेगा. डिविडेंड फिक्स्ड मिलेगा. दैट वाज द सिनेरियो. यस.
So मैम शेयर एक ही रहेगा कि दसों का
अलग
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 शेयर है?
अपना अपना शेयर है. शेयर अपना अपना है. इट्स नॉट गेटिंग डिवाइडेड. It's not getting divided. but the voting rights are being taken out. Now understanding differential voting rights, why I'm saying the voting rights they are taking out, because we are opting for what rather than voting rights? We are opting for what? Fixed dividend. We are opting for fixed dividend. That's why. Yes.
Ma'am, but I have a
Yeah, Zora.
question. अगर whenever you have an equity share, right, you will get the dividends, correct? So what is the benefit? ये लोगों का fixed dividend से क्या होगा?
Ha. See, when 2 minutes, Sachin. You want to say something, Sachin? So I'll basically answer both of them. Yes, Sachin. Sachin, you want to say something? Yes, Sachin. Should I go ahead? I think by mistake he might have done. I don't know. Okay. Ha. See, what happens is, no, when I was talking about dividend, so whenever the dividends are being paid, the very first person who is being paid the dividend are the preference shareholders. Okay? Preference shareholders, the name says it's all, they are preferred first over the equity people. So उनको दे दे के बट बच बाट के जितना बचेगा that will be paid to the equity shareholder. So again the amount is not been fixed. There, whether they will get the dividend or not, again it's not fixed, because they are having the ownership and they are having the voting rights. But when I'm saying the differential voting rights means after preference shareholders, I will be the preferred one who will be for sure paid if I am opting for that another portion. Understanding? So those people will get dividend first. And again, अगर इन लोगों को देने के बाद भी अगर बचता है, then the very first one who have opted for voting rights. Yes? Understanding, Zora? Any questions? Clear it out, apna?
Yeah. Now it's clear. It's just that they are the second preferred
Ha, correct.
person.
That's what I said. Now, what I am preferring is my preference. So they have given you two options.
Understood.
Yes?
Makes
No
sense.
problem. Yes, Sachin. Yes, you are saying something, Sachin. So that I can go ahead with the other reform that was been introduced. Yes, Sachin. Okay. Chalo. Next reform that was being introduced was incentives or exemptions. Tax incentives or exemptions. So whoever the startups are, so they are also benefited with the loaning amounts also. So the government has also introduced the what we might say the loan schemes for startup India or basic startup company or sole proprietors also. So they are being benefited, so they have just again flexible little tax reforms for them. Let's say if there are any statutory fees. What are statutory fees? Can anyone tell me what are statutory fees? Any simple statutory fees?
Fees which we paid at the very beginning of formation of the company or registration of the company.
Yes, yes. So we might say any governmental fees or an official fee rather. Can we say it's a statutory fee? Yes. So yes. So even such fees are being little flexible for them. So let's say if a particular amount has to be paid in formation of the company. So let's say if some companies are paying around 10,000, I'm just giving an example. So for them who are startup or who are sole proprietors or for one person company, the value is little less. So in IPR as well, that is intellectual property also, if startups or one person company or they are the sole proprietors as well, so who all are filing for trademark, okay, so they are getting the statutory fees are little less than in compared to the partnership companies or private limited or a public limited company. So they are paying a little less statutory fees in compared to all other companies. So they got such type of tax benefits or exemptions from any taxes, and so on. So because of this also, there was a boost in startups, and now you might see there are too many startups going on, and that's why there are many mergers happening. Why, I'll tell you in the next slide. Okay, chalo, so let's talk about the next reform. Yes, as I had said you, tax benefits हो गया, exemptions हो गया, इनकम टैक्स में बेनिफिट्स आ गए उन लोगों को. देन देर वाज वन स्कीम. ओके, देर वाज वन स्कीम इंट्रोड्यूस्ड in 2021 which is still going on. Okay, मतलब टू 2024 24 तक the scheme was still on, and I think it is yet 25 we are heading, and I don't think this scheme has been yet closed. The scheme is known as PLI. Okay, the scheme is known as PLI, because of which has happened that many foreign investors are very much attracted towards Indian companies, which is of course no doubt the economic structure, or we might say it is benefiting to India by all the means. But there is this one scheme that has been uploaded in 2021, that is PLI. Do anyone have an idea what this would be? This is known as production linked scheme, production linked incentive. Yes, do you understand? Production linked incentive scheme. Yes, that is PLI. So this scheme was basically introduced by the government itself, so that there is more of domestic manufacturing. And when we say there is more of domestic manufacturing, automatically the dependency on what is being reduced. When we say there is more of domestic manufacturing, so automatically what is being reduced? Imports. Perfect. Yes. So, whenever we are boosting this manufacturing, domestic manufacturing, because of which the import dependency is being reduced. What is more important than मंगाने से अच्छा तुम भेजो ना बाहर? That was the main concept of this PLI. They said, you make here, let's export rather than import. Yes, let's export rather than import. That is the best way that we can develop the nation's economic growth. Yes, so that's why this PLI was being introduced by the government in 2021, and due to this there are many treaties are being signed due to this. And the major sectors that I might say are being more what we might say more attracted to this is like electronic sector zyada se hai, textile hai, pharmaceuticals hai. These are very much attracted in this scheme. More like major manufacturing of textile is happening in our country right now. Yes, so that was the very important scheme that was being introduced in 2021. Then of course our budget also promoted our startups or even our exports also. And this year also hopefully the budget is really good for the industrialist, all the industrialists as well. Hope you all would have watched the budget, this year's financial budget. Yes, so as I was telling you, one scheme was launched. That's the scheme that we have already discussed. Yes, that is PIL scheme, which I told that due to which the many of the foreign investors are being attracted towards investing in our various different categories of the industries or the organizations that we are having. So India basically signed a 100 billion investment deal with IFTA. Do we know what is IFTA? It's a 100 billion deal that we have signed with IFTA. Do we know what is IFTA? Any idea? Okay. So IFTA is European Free Trade Association. IFTA is European Free Trade Association. So this deal is basically signed, okay, and because of which we have now a free trade agreement on various goods and services. So again, this is a very big reform because of which there can be a lot of cross-border mergers or acquisition. Do you agree with this or you don't agree with this? There are a lot of cross-border acquisition and merger that might be happening because of this particular IFTA, the deal that we have been signed, and it's overall an 100 billion investment. ह्यूज नंबर राइट हम देख ले तो भी काफी है yes chalo let's see the trends how the trends after the reform has been introduced now yes so let's talk about the very first and very attractive acquisition that had happened and I just really want to ask you about this so we all know about paytm we all know about paytm yes. So in 2019, basically, Paytm acquired a Chennai-based online ticket that is known as Ticket New. So they sell so this so Chennai-based online ticket platform Ticket New basically is very much similar to Book My Show. And I'll give you an insider on information. So Paytm wants to overshadow Book My Show as well. So they are trying to capture the market completely and they are trying to take, not exactly take over, but to overshadow the market of Book My Show also. So it's just a news, but not a confirmation. But that is the main plan why they might have captured Chennai based. So like online ticketing platform. What do you think? Is it a great move by Paytm? Paytm? What do you think? I think it's a great move by them. Paytm did not had anything which was for online servation. Now they are having that also. So slowly and steady, even that might go into the shadow. So that was the very first acquisition that happened in 2019. Then in 2020, ITC so okay. So why I have given these examples, you will get to know, and then let me know. Okay, so we all know about ITC. Do we know about ITC or not? Yes, okay. Chalo. So ITC basically acquired 100% of equity shares of Sunrise Fruits Private Limited. And and all of this 100% shares were paid in cash. All of these shares, that is around 2150 CR, were paid in cash. Yes. Then, next investment was done by Facebook, a very, very strategic move by Facebook. Yes, they captured Instagram or ये सब तो है ही, but they have also invested in Geo. Facebook has also invested in Geo. So now, when we talk about Geo and Hotstar teaming up together, let me tell you, one of the share is of Facebook also. So they have acquired 9.99% stake in Geo. It is 9.99% stake in Geo. Again, a very, very smart move after Instagram and Facebook. After Instagram and WhatsApp. Now, a very, very big year 2021. एक तो काफी ठीक ठाक है, that is Pharma Easy bought Thyrocare. But a very big move that I was talking about this yesterday as well, that is Tata Sons acquired Air India. Tata Sons acquired Air India. How they dealt with this acquisition? How they dealt with this acquisition? It was such that they have acquired for around 18,000 CR, out of which out of which Tata Sons has paid. Okay, Tata Sons has already been paid 2000 CR, 2700 CR to government. 2700 CR. I'm talking about crores. Okay, they have paid in paid to the government, and again that has been paid in cash. Around 15,000 CR debt is also taken over by Tata Sons. Around 15,000 CR is also, that is the debt, the liability is also being taken over by Tata Sons. So they have already paid one debt, that is to the government. They have paid the complete value. The government, the had whatever the government had the stake in Air India. उसके बाद में whatever the debts were around 15,000 CR. Even that complete debt is being taken over by Tata Sons today. So this I was talking yesterday, that how much liability, how much assets, or what debt has to be taken will be decided by the acquiring company. Yes, so this was the very very tremendous example of acquisition. Matlab, imagine the value that they have put in just to acquire Air India. Yes. Then in 2022 and 23, there were again two important mergers that had happened. That was Adani Group and NDTV. Then Zomato and Blinkit, no doubt one of the biggest mergers. Again, Blinkit, if you all know, is a very startup company. Do you all know Blinkit is a very startup company who used to just deal and not only deal, they used to sell whatever they are selling right now only in Delhi. They were only selling this in Delhi. Of course, they wanted to acquire the market. They wanted to be all over the places because Delhi was a not quite small, I might say, but it was a restrictive that they are only dealing in Delhi. So they thought we need to open our horizon, we need to open our scope, and who better than Zomato? Who better than Zomato? आई थिंक जोमेटो हर कहीं डिलीवर करता है, हर कुछ चीज डिलीवर करता है. एंड नाउ दे हैव आल्सो कम अप विद दिस न्यू टर्म ऑफ क्विक डिलीवरी. Yes, do we all know about this quick delivery? Yes, they have come up with this term now, like we are delivering you within few seconds. So now there is a competition, Swiggy, Zepto और Blinkit के बीच में. There is a very very tough war. Who is the first one who is introducing this? There is a big war going between these people right now. Yes, so that was again a very good merger, we might say. Then in 2021, there was a 78% spike. The merger and acquisition raised 78%. मतलब कहां से कहां चला गया. And as I have already told you, one of the important reasons behind this spike was the divergence of insolving companies. This was the best thing that could have happened. So 78% hike we have seen in 2024. Yes. So the very first merger that happened was between Reliance and Disney. And then we all have already talked about that was Future Groups and Reliance Industry. अब बिग बाजार बंद हो गया हमारा. Do we all know about Big Bazaar? Yes. बिग बाजार पूरे के पूरे बंद हो गए अभी. We do not see these big bazaars now because all of them have been taken over by Reliance Industries. So can we see such a big spike in this particular transition, or how the merger and acquisition has been transited? Yes, are we clear till this? Are we clear? Have we understood all the reforms that were being introduced after 2019, and why there is a great spike in merger and acquisition after 2000, especially after 2019? Reason why now we are understanding why it is important. The topic is now more important. Yes, yes. Can we go ahead? Any questions till this? Yes. Anyone? Should we proceed? Should we start with the reasoning, or we might say why it is important to have a merger and acquisition? Yes, shall we go ahead? Yes, we have 15 more minutes. We can complete some of them. No worries. Chalo, let's start with the key drivers or main reasons why M&A is happening. The very first important reason for merger and acquisition is market expansion. Very, very, very crucial. Matlab, I was just restricted to a one particular area. I think Zomato and Blinkit is the best example for market expansion. I absolutely think so. Because as I gave you an example while I was saying of trends also, they were restrictive to only one particular area. By merging with Zomato, what has happened? Are they available in each and every part of India right now? Are they really open to each and every part? I think it is the best example of market expansion. Best example. Even Zomato, we can say they were delivering a particular type of thing only. Merging with Blinkit again have opened for them a product space. So, by any acquisition or by any merger, what is the important aspect that is happening is there is a market expansion. So, let's say if a particular company was serving in a particular area to a particular customers, but by acquiring them or by merging with some other company, what has happened? They are now accessed, or they are open to a new customers, new market, new suppliers. Yes. So again, they are open to a law to a basic big market area where they were restrictive to some places now. Yes, so very good example, a very good important point for any merger or acquisition is widening the scope of market expansion. So I have an example that I've already also written over here is, so there is a global bank. Now it is a global bank. Earlier it was not a global bank. So there was a bank in Spain. Okay, what they did is they used to be in Spain only. So they were serving to to a country in Spain only. Now what they have done is na, they have went on to several 20 countries, and they have acquired the domestic banks which were there in those different 20 countries. Are they serving now in 20 different countries apart from Spain, which counts to 21 of them? Yes. Can anyone give me a good example of market expansion? Any merger or acquisition that you might think is a very good example for market expansion? Any good one where you feel it is really helped for that company. It can be a merger also, or it can be an acquisition also. That's not the problem.
Ma'am, merger between the Jaguar and Tata company, ma'am, because it just opened a new market base of luxury car customers for this Tata Group.
Tata groups. Okay, fine. Then Ayush is talking about SpaceX and Airtel. Okay, can you explain about this? How? Anyone else? Meanwhile, he's explaining us to us. Can anyone tell me anything else that you feel is a good acquisition or merger in case of market expansion? Yes, anyone else? Okay. Next point, or the next reasoning why mergers and acquisition happens, and the very history repeats itself, is increase the market shares. Increase the market share. ब्लिंकिट जब तक स्विगी के साथ डील कर लेता, जोमेटो आ गया, उसने बोला चलो लेट्स कट द कंपटीशन, लेट्स टेक ब्लिंकिट विद अस, जिससे व्हाट विल हैपन इज I'll gain the major market share. I'll start with the new concept. Now Zomato delivering the basic foods, not basic food, or basic products as well. Now I don't, like, I think now Blinkit is delivering every damn thing. I also ordered the shuttlecocks through Blinkit. वो भी मुझे मिल गए थे, वो भी आराम से. Now the competition I'm telling you is something is there on Zepto, but it is not in Blinkit. Sometimes this happens. Also, sometimes it happens that Blinkit is delivering that particular product, and if you go and check in Zepto, then the product is out of stock. Even this is happening right now because I've done this experiment. uh, so I had done this experiment just to check the market prices. So वो बीच में निकला था ना that if you are ordering the items from normal Android phone and from Apple phone, you are seeing the values are little different, and all those things. So I was just checking that hack whether it's actually happening or not. तो वो तो अलग हो गया. That I saw, yes, there is a little difference between values, but I also saw that okay, a one particular product is not there available in Zepto, is available in Blinkit, and one particular product, so vice versa basically, was also there. So you can see the competition. And no, moreover to this, so once I had ordered this pineapples, so Zepto are delivering the round shaped pineapples, and Blinkit is delivering a cube size pineapples. So I don't know, but actually market is very tight between, and the war is very much between all of those. Yes. So yes, there is an increased market share, I might say, when you are acquiring a particular company, or when you are basically merging with a company, which automatically does what, you are increasing your market share. Yes, you are increasing your position, you in the sense the company's position or the company's market share automatically increases. The third important aspect for mergers and acquisition is diversification. Let's say if you are not dealing into a particular sector, by acquiring a complete new sector gives you a diversifying sector for you. So let's say you were not in that particular area or that particular sector, and by acquiring that sector also you have jumped into that area or that core. Can you give me one example, best example of diversification? I have one. That is Tata acquiring Air India. Tata Sons acquiring Air India was the best diversification that I think would be amazing. They were never into the aviation sector. We have never seen. So Vistara and Air India, actually both of them, I might say, they were never in aviation sector, right? And they jumped into that sector, and now they have also captured the aviation sector. Matlab, now you can see Tatas are everywhere. So they have also captured the aviation sector. Can anyone give me the very good example of diversification? It can be a merger or it can be an acquisition also. That will be fine. That's not restrictive. One example of diversification. I really prefer the Tata Wala is very nice. Anyone else? Any one example? Anyone? Yes. Any one example. But do you agree about Tata Wala example? Whether it is a very good diversification? Yes. What do you think? Okay. Thank you. Because I always see it as a very good diversification in the sector, complete sector. Anyone else? Any good example? If you are not having, then I may go to the next pointers because both of them I'll take together and I'll give ask you a very good example also. Yes. Shall I go with the other pointers if you are not having? चलो सर्च करके रखो मुझे कल बताओ. No issues. Let me know tomorrow any example for diversification. If you get a very good example for diversification, let's discuss tomorrow. Not an issue. चलेगा. Because I'm just having 4 minutes, we will complete these 2 pointers at least. Okay. So next 2 points are very much related to each other. Okay. So the next point are cost saving and synergy creation. Is only synergizing means what? Channelizing a particular thing. So cost saving and synergy creation are very much similar to each other. Okay. Now let's say I am an event company. Okay. Event management company. Correct? Okay. And I'm specially that event management company who usually does a who are the wedding planners basically. Okay. So our focus or our core area is weddings. Okay. So now hope you remember that in weddings we also do give return gifts. Okay. So now let's say if there is a small startup or a sole proprietor also we can take. Huh? If there is a small startup or a sole proprietor or a one person company also, it can be anything, but they are the small scale business. Okay. So now what has happened is this small scale company is very much skilled or expertise in basically wrapping, gift wrapping pata hai? Okay, making that gift boxes and wrapping the gifts. So they are very much specialized in making several different types of gifts, and they usually uh, deal in only this sector. So they provide gift wrappers, they provide wrapping of gifts or making a box gift and give to the wedding planners. Okay? So there are these two different companies. Now what has happened? This wedding planner company who is with a big capital, we might say, or a little a big company, they are lacking this particular expertise. They are now lacking this particular expertise because of which they need to what we might say get this done, or they need to outsource this. Okay, they are not doing in house. Okay, they are not doing this in house, they need to outsource this. From then they pick up this gift wrapping or gift boxes from them and then they sell. So इसके वजह से क्या हो रहा है ना, the value for just gifting is increased, because while you are taking, the wedding planner will be taking the value from the client, he has to keep a share of those wedding uh, the gift wrapping company also. So what this company thinks is na ki rather paying them on a higher side, or let's say rather paying them more for just this gift wrapping, isn't a big or a good option that I ask them to merge with us, so that what will happen, I'll save my cost, because the very first thing is it will be now my company, or I acquire, merger bhi le lo ya acquisition bhi le lo, whatever you like. Let's say I acquire that particular company. What will happen now? They are working for me. So now they will be the employers and not the owners. So they will be paid as a salaried people. अपने आप cost efficiency हो गया इसमें. I'm not required to pay more cost. I am channelizing my particular area. Now I can say I am an A to Z wedding planner, that who has everything with them. They don't have to outsource anything. I have the gift wrapping wala company also with me, the flowerist also with me, and the DJ also with me. Everything is with me. So, isn't it a good example of such acquisition where they are saving their cost and they're creating a they're channelizing their company as well? So, that is a cost saving and a synergy creation wherein the people are, so whatever the revenue will be generated in this scenario, if they have already acquired this gift wrapping wala company, the revenue will be, of course, on a higher scale rather than outsourcing. बराबर है. When I am having 100 rupees, out of which I'm already paying a 60 rupees, and I'm just generating a revenue of 40 rupees, doesn't make a sense. Now I'm generating 100 rupees, all 100 rupees are mine, because I don't have to pay anything to any other company, because they are now my employers. Yes. So this can also be the various strategies that the company may apply. Yes, any acquiring company or any merging company may think or may have in their mind whenever in there is any merger or acquisition that is happening. So cost saving and synergy creation is also one of the important aspects why there can be a merger or there can be an acquisition. I'm so sorry, I've already taken 2 more minutes of yours. I'm so sorry. Till this, any questions? Any questions till this? Diversification में Zomato and Blinkit. Okay. Yes, good example. Yes, Sujan. You are saying something?
Ma'am, actually, I have doubt regarding some other topics. So, if other guys don't have any questions, so I will proceed.
Yeah, in regards to what actually?
Ma'am, regards to trademark.
Oh, so we will have that later on, because चलेगा ना मतलब.
Okay, ma'am, just can you then check your email? I have mailed you from my another mail ID.
Oh, is it?
Ma'am, Samata Joshi 23, is that yours ID?
Yes, yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
I have mailed from Shivam Mali. Ma'am, actually, I am Sujal's roommate. I popped into his screen today. Then I came to know that you are only conducting lectures, so
Oh,
I interfered.
okay, okay. So you have mailed through Shivam's email
हाँ, yes,
ID.
ma'am. Shivam Mali 110.
Yeah, yeah, he was there in last IPR sessions.
हाँ, yeah, ma'am. July batch.
Yes, July batch. Ji, ji.
Okay.
No worries. I'll see. I'll just check. Sure.
Sure, no, thanks.
Yes. Yes. Any questions till now? Anything? Are you understanding? We will go now. What are the various laws, strategic planning for mergers and acquisitions? Yes. Shall we conclude for the day? Any questions till now? Is the space correct? Hope I'm not going fast. Yes. Okay, chalo. Shall we conclude then? Okay, thank you so much for attending. Let's meet up tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.